If you're starting an online store and not sure which platform to choose, this video is for you. Hey guys, welcome back to Confessions of a Girl Boss. My name is Chrissy and I'm here to give you the confidence and knowledge you need to launch your online business and thrive. Ever since I started talking about Shopify, I've gotten a few questions on where you should open your store if you are a new seller. So I wanted to make a video kind of talking through my thought process behind my answers, sharing my thoughts with you, and just kind of going through the pros and cons of opening on Etsy versus Shopify. If you are new here and you like these types of videos, be sure to hit that red button down below and subscribe so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I post new videos every week all about turning your passion into your business. Okay, so I started this channel with a lot of Etsy videos, and those Etsy videos aren't going anywhere, but I did recently kind of take a shift and start talking about Shopify. And like I've said in the past, I absolutely love Shopify, but I understand that having these options and choices is kind of confusing and you're not sure where you should open your store, especially when you're seeing me talk about Etsy and then switching gears and talking about Shopify and how much I love it. So there are a few things that you need to consider before you open your online store that will help you make this choice. So I think the first thing you really need to do is look at what you want your business to be. If, for example, you're opening a printable digital business like what I currently have, I think Etsy is a great option because for me, my printable business is not something that I actively work on. It's not something that I rely on. It's not something that I'm like promoting 24/7. I just kind of put my stuff up there, do my thing with Etsy SEO, and let Etsy do its thing. I think Etsy is a great platform to use if you do want that passive income that will utilize Etsy's search algorithm because you don't necessarily have to do a lot of promotion to get those sales. I very rarely promote and talk about my printable sticker business, but because I have done the SEO on Etsy, it does bring me in passive income every month, and that's something that I don't rely on it, but it is great. I mean, who doesn't want passive income? So if you're looking to launch something similar and just have that passive income that you can hopefully rely on every month, Etsy is a great option. So I think on the other hand, if you are planning on utilizing social media and building a brand for yourself and putting that time and effort and energy into building something that's very long lasting, I think Shopify is a great option. So one, like I've said in the past, I think Shopify gives you much more opportunity to create that brand and stand out as a brand, whereas Etsy has its own brand, its own umbrella, and you're kind of overshadowed by the Etsy brand itself. Two, Shopify gives you a lot more capabilities than Etsy does. A lot more customization options, a lot more capabilities to thank your customers and reward your customers, and a lot more options for your business to grow with a lot more control. Speaking of control, I think Shopify is a much better option if you do plan on having a business that you rely on and build up because you do have more control over your business. You're not limited by Etsy changing its algorithms or changing its policies or anything like that. You're not limited by Etsy changing up its fee structure. And I think that is so important, especially if you're going to build something that's long term. So the next thing to consider is money, and not just the fee structure, which I will leave videos linked down below that I've done on Etsy fees and Shopify fees, but also how much money you want to invest up front. Shopify is a little bit of an investment. You can do free themes and stuff like that. So it doesn't have to be a huge investment, but it is more of an investment than say something like Etsy would be, which is just a 20-cent listing fee up front. So you have to decide if it's something that you want to invest in up front or if it's something that you want to migrate over to later. On the topic of money, you do need to consider fees and how much the platform that you decide to use is taking from your bottom line. I've said in the past that I do think Etsy's fees are astronomical, especially if you are doing all of the work to bring your customer base into your store. But if that's something that you're okay with, then maybe Etsy is for you as long as you price it into your products. Shopify is, in my opinion, a cheaper option, but it does have a monthly fee, and that is something that you need to consider. I think to give you a general answer for what I think you should do if I didn't know anything about your business is I would honestly open up your new store on Shopify. Personally, for me, it gives a lot more capabilities. I loved having the freedom that Shopify provided. I loved the customization options. I just loved that I felt like it was kind of my own store rather than just having an Etsy store. store. Not that there's anything wrong with having an Etsy store, because I have one now, but when I was building my brand with Popco stickers with the physical products, I loved that aspect of it. I will also say the way I did it is not ideal, and I feel like the way a lot of shops do it now is not necessarily ideal. So a lot of people will start their stores on Etsy. Once they've built a following, they are more confident and they will move over to Shopify. But it's hard to retrain people's thinking to know that you've moved onto your own platform, and it's just kind of messy. So if I was to start right now, I would definitely start on Shopify. I would build up my credibility as a business owner through my Shopify store and not have to worry about changing anything down the line. So like I said, the choice is really up to you. If you are currently on Etsy and you're looking to make the switch, I do have a free 5-day crash course on transitioning from Etsy to Shopify that will be helpful. I will leave it linked in the description box down below. But even if you don't already have an Etsy store, that course will be gold for you. So definitely check that out in the description box down below. But I hope this video was helpful. I hope it answered some of your questions on if you should open on Shopify or Etsy. If it did, let me know in a comment down below. Let me know if you're starting a shop soon or if you're thinking of transitioning and what your hesitations are. And I will be sure to reply to you. I love talking to you guys in the comments. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that red button and subscribe, or you can hit my face right here. And if you want to keep on learning, you can check out those 2 videos on my left and you can do just that. So I hope you have a good day, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.